Hello everybody. Welcome to the Hearth Tavern. Hope your stay in Candlekeep is pleasant. I am Anya of Rogatine. And, yes, Red Sonja is one of my sisters. On behalf of RPGmodsFan, I will be narrating most of this video, and giving you a walkthrough and DM's guide of the Zikran's Zephyrean Tome adventure. So, sit back, grab a flagon of mead, or ale, or wine, or coffee, and relax. Zikran's Zephyrean Tome is the 11th adventure in the Candlekeep Mysteries anthology book, which was published in January of 2021. This 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons adventure was written by Taymoor Rehman. His adventure is meant for 10th level player characters. Mr. Rehman has interned and freelanced for Wizards of the Coast. He is now employed by them. The adventure starts with the adventurers in Candlekeep. They are doing research on the inner planes, extraplanar travel, and/or magical fortresses. They, then, come across Zikran's Zephyrean Tome. No one in Candlekeep has been able to open it. So, can your group of hardy adventurers be able to open the tome? Oh, great. Sounds like my companions have gotten themselves into a tavern brawl. Again. Excuse me, while I go and take care of this. Hey, Laffer, for once, can you stop getting us into trouble? You're worse than my sister.
Hello, my name is Arant. I am the former keeper of tomes. Some time ago, the task of governing Candlekeep has been turned over to the Archmage Janusi. Anyway, my assistant, RPGmodsFan, will be discussing the adventure itself, and his video will contain spoilers. Unless you are a dungeon master who will be running this adventure for their players, or are a player who already played through this adventure and are watching this video for nostalgia purposes, I would suggest not to watch the rest of this video.
Hello again. Ever since Laffer found that cursed Zikran's tome, storms, tavern brawls, and trouble always seem to follow us around. I am so glad he got rid of that tome. What I meant to say is, I am glad he, generously, donated the tome to Candlekeep. I am paging through the adventure, and asking myself, where the hell is the summary? Like most other adventures in the Candlekeep Mysteries book, this one does not have a summary. I like me a summary. Okay, I guess I have to come up with one, myself. The adventure's synopsis would be as follows. A djinn trapped in a tome offers a wish spell to the adventurers to find a way to release him. The key to the djinn's freedom lies with his former master, an evil mad wizard named Zikran, who is on the cusp of mastering elemental magic. I would summarize the adventure as follows. A trapped djinn, named Gazre-Azam, needs to be rescued from his evil master, Zikran. The djinn directs the adventuring party to his master's old lair and laboratory. However, Zikran has abandoned it, and, now, a young bronze dragon has made its lair in it. After this excursion, the player characters, then, head to the Cloud Peaks. There, they are assaulted by seemingly random encounters, with winged kobolds, and a yeti, before arriving at the ruins of a cloud giant keep. The ruined keep is filled with the ghosts of its former inhabitants. The player characters find the evil mad archmage in the basement of the keep. Zikran is unwilling to release the djinn, and wants to test his crystal-powered elemental cannon on the invading player characters. I will now go through the adventure's timeline of events. Long ago, a clan of cloud giants built a keep on top of a mountain, in the Cloud Peaks, and they made their home there. Quite some time afterwards, their patron was overthrown in a coup. The cloud giants' keep was then attacked by the allies of the usurpers, and the cloud giants were wiped out. The keep then fell into ruin. By the time this adventure takes place the main antagonist has moved into the ruins. Before moving into the ruins, Zikran had a laboratory, made into a cavern complex, that is located along the Sword Coast. Zikran was able to trap a djinn, named Gazre-Azam, into his tome that served as his spellbook. An adventuring wizard, named Laffer, and his companions, sought the location of Zikran's laboratory. Laffer is Zikran's rival. Zikran packed up in a hurry, and abandoned his laboratory, and fled to the Cloud Giant Keep ruins. Laffer and his party found the laboratory and Zikran's tome. However, from this point forward, a storm has constantly followed them, wherever they go. Sometime after Laffer's party left, a young bronze dragon, named Ashgar Lith, moved into the abandoned lab. With the storm chasing him around, Laffer and his party seek refuge in Candlekeep. As their entry fee, they donate Zikran's tome. At the start of the adventure, the player characters are in Candlekeep, doing research on the inner planes, extraplanar travel, and/or magical fortresses. They, then, come across Zikran's Zephyrean Tome. This tome was unable to be opened by anyone in Candlekeep. A character, who intends taking the tome outside of Candlekeep, can open it. When the tome is opened, wispy clouds emanate from it, then the head of the djinn, Gazre-Azam, appears. The djinn asks the adventurer's aid to free him from the tome. He tells the tale of how he was summoned by Zikran, a water genasi wizard, and then bound to the tome by Zikran. Zikran wanted the djinn to teach him on how to make elemental devices, and, eventually, on how to build a floating castle. The djinn reveals that the only way to release him is for Zikran to end the enchantment, bounding him to the tome, or for Zikran to be killed. The djinn promises to grant the party one wish if they free him. He advises the party to go to Zikran's laboratory, which is located in a cave complex along the Sword Coast, south of Candlekeep. The djinn is unaware that Zikran has abandoned his laboratory. If the player characters take the tome with them, the Avowed of the Candlekeep will want it back when the characters have completed their task. During the journey, the dungeon master can have the party encounter 3 wyverns. The cave complex is now the lair of a young bronze dragon named Ashgar Lith. Meeting with Ashgar Lith can either be a role-playing encounter or a combat encounter, depending on the player character's intentions and actions. Either way, the player characters then find a map and clues to the ruins of the Cloud Giant's Keep, located on top a mountain in the Cloud Peaks. The adventuring party then journey to the Cloud Peaks, continuing their search for Zikran. The climb to the top of the mountain, where the ruined keep is located, takes 3 days. On the first day, the party reaches the mountain's snowline. Above the snowline, the party will need to contend with extreme cold and high-altitude hazards. On the second day, the party will first be harried by 4 to 7 winged kobolds. The kobolds' goal is not to kill the adventurers. Instead, it is to rip apart their clothing and gear, to render them ineffective against the cold weather. Shortly before the second day's end, the party will then be attacked by an abominable yeti. On the third day, the party will then, again, be harried by a group of winged kobolds. Towards the evening, the party reaches their destination. The ruined keep is filled with the ghosts of cloud giants who had inhabited it. Zikran can be found in the keep's basement, which he has converted it into a workshop. He is unwilling to release the djinn, and, hence, the proverbial final boss battle breaks out between him and the party. I will now be going into a little bit more detail on the adventure's main cast of characters. Effectively, the adventure only has 3. As mentioned before, Gazre-Azam is a djinn. He, effectively, is the quest giver of the adventure. He is bound and trapped in Zikran's tome, and seeks the adventurer's help in releasing him. If the player characters take Zikran's tome with them, Gazre-Azam is, effectively, a non-combatant. He can only provide advice and guidance to the party, and is unable to use his innate magical abilities. Just to sound like a broken record, Ashgar Lith is a young bronze dragon, who now lairs in Zikran's abandoned laboratory. He values beautiful, colorful things, and hoards a collection of colorful books and coral sculptures, including the crown of coral that he wears. A map to the Cloud Giant's ruined keep, as well as other clues about Zikran, lie in his lair. If they are not aggressive or hostile, the player characters can bargain with the dragon. The insane water genasi archmage, Zikran, is the antagonist of the adventure. More like the final boss, since he will not be encountered earlier in the adventure. He trapped Gazre-Azam in order to learn how to make elemental devices, with the ultimate goal of building a floating castle. If you are wondering where everything is geographically located, let me show you, using a map of the Sword Coast from the original Baldur's Gate video game. Candlekeep is near the top of the map. Heading south, along the coast, Zikran's abandoned laboratory would be located somewhere within the red circle, displayed on the screen. The cloud peaks take up all of the southern portion of the map. I would place the Cloud Giant's ruined keep somewhere closer to the Sword Coast. Displayed is the map of Zikran's abandoned laboratory. Here is a good color map of the cave complex that I found on the internet. The map is probably easier to decipher with the caverns labeled as they are now. At area number L1, a spire of coral rises from the water just off the coast. Other than finding dragon claw marks, this spire is just a curious landmark. To the east of the spire is the opening to a flooded cave. Cavern number L2 is a flooded cave with the corpses of two half-elf siblings. I wonder if this is what the author, Mr. Rehman, wishes to do to Critical Role's Vex and Vax characters. If the corpses are disturbed, then the ghosts will appear and attack the party. Sounds of this combat will alert Ashgar Lith that there are intruders in his lair. Cavern number L3 is filled with water to a depth of 10 feet. Unless they brought a boat with them, the characters will need to swim across the cavern in order to proceed forward. Cavern number L4 was once Zikran's quarters. Its furniture was splintered and pushed to a corner by the dragon. Cavern number L5 was Zikran's laboratory and is now Ashgar Lith's lair. Here, Zikran's old diary can be found. A map of the cloud peaks, showing the location of the Cloud Giant's keep, can be found, and diagrams of an elemental air cannon can be found. Displayed is the map of the ruins of the Cloud Giant's keep. Here is another good color map that I found on the internet of the ruined keep. It is probably easier to decipher with the runes labeled as they are now. The ruined keep is now haunted by Cloud Giant ghosts who are indifferent. However, they will attack if they are attacked or if their keep is being looted. Displayed is the number of Cloud Giant ghosts that can be encountered in each room. Room number C2 is the keep's entrance hall. Half the ceiling is missing, making half the room open to the mountain sky. At the hall's far end are two sets of stairs. One leads up, the other leads down to Zikran's workshop. If the player characters try to go down the stairs, 2 water elementals and 6 ice mephits will magically appear, blocking the party's way down. The sound of combat here will alert Zikran of the intruders. If the player characters have brought Zikran's tome with them, then Gazre-Azam will appear and banish 1 to 6 ice mephits. Other than this act, the djinn will be a non-combatant. Room number C4 was once the keep's mess hall. Here, 3 Cloud Giant ghosts are playing 3 Dragon Ante with spectral cards. Unlike the other ghosts in the keep, these ghosts will immediately turn hostile if they notice the player characters. In the fireplace is a trapped fire elemental that was placed there by Zikran. On the upper floor is a Cloud Giant ghost who is silently weeping and is doomed to spend eternity penning a farewell letter to its long-dead lover. Chamber number C7 is Zikran's basement workshop. Zikran is ready for combat and has already casted mage armor, stone skin, and mind blank on himself. Zikran is being guarded by 1 air elemental and 1 water elemental. In addition, Zikran has an elemental cannon that he can fire on 1 target on the stairs. The target must make a DC 17 dexterity saving throw, taking 7d6 cold damage if they fail, or half if they succeed. Hence, this final boss battle will be challenging. When Zikran is defeated, Gazre-Azam is released from Zikran's tome. The djinn materializes, lets out a deep sigh of relief, and now has access to all his abilities. Once freed, Gazre-Azam offers to cast a wish spell, as promised. Unless he was treated terribly, he is unlikely to twist the wording of the party's wish. If the party treated him well, he suggests an alternative to the wish spell. Gazre-Azam can imbue Zikran's Zephyrean Tome with the ability to summon him. The Avowed of Candlekeep will want the tome back. Hence, the player characters must weigh their decision against any promise they made to return Zikran's Zephyrean Tome back to Candlekeep. Zikran's Zephyrean Tome is a fun adventure. The adventure will be more fun if the party takes Zikran's tome with them. This way, the DM can portray Gazre-Azam and have humorous and hammy dialogues with the characters. Without this, all the adventure really offers are 2 small dungeon crawl areas, which would make it feel more of a sidetrack adventure. If you have any ideas on how to make this adventure even better, please share them in the comments below. Thank you for watching, from all of us at the RPGmodsFan channel. Hope this video has been informative and entertaining. Please subscribe, like, share and comment. We do like feedback. Till next time, we wish you well. Cheers, have a good day, and goodbye.
If I were to the sea, baby, I never say, for I will fall into the light. Every time I try to breathe, the moon will rise and carry me, for I have loved and I have died. So I won't hold back, and you should know that was never gone, just have regrets. So I won't go back, oh Lord, I got me to forget the time I lost with no regrets, and the moon shine back again. And the moon shine back again. When I drove down to my bed.